Hey everyone, if you're going to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood, you might be wondering, is Express Pass worth it? And while we're at it, do you really need Express Unlimited or is the regular version enough? These are some of the most asked questions that I get, and with the price of Express being what it is, it's definitely something you'll want to think about before buying. So let's break down the pros and the cons, starting with the reasons why Express might be worth it, followed by some reasons you may not want to purchase it after all. First, as we know, it does promise shorter wait times. Express Access gives you a separate line for haunted houses and select rides, and it usually cuts your wait significantly. It's not always a straight walk to the front, but even waiting 20 minutes instead of 80 can make a huge difference. And on busier nights, that extra time saved really adds up. Second, did you know with Express you also get Super Nintendo World access? That's right, Super Nintendo World is not regularly offered during Halloween Horror Nights. So with Express, you get exclusive entry into Super Nintendo World from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And during Halloween Horror Nights, it's gonna be dark, so the land will be lit up. It is a really cool thing to see, and this might be one of the only ways you'll be able to experience it at night. And if you want to ride Mario Kart or just explore the land, this can be a major perk, especially if there are shorter wait times for this than there normally are during the day. Third, you can get to more houses in one night. Express doesn't explicitly guarantee that you'll be able to do all 8 houses, but for the most part, you probably will get pretty close. I mean, when I use Express, it's easy to do all 8 houses in one night as long as you get there, around opening time of the event. Without it, you might have to prioritize just a few of the houses and miss some really good ones, especially if you don't get there right at opening. And for anyone who is going just once this year, this can be a pretty big deciding factor. Fourth, you also can cut the line for the Terror Tram. The Terror Tram sometimes has long waits, but not always. And Express, either way, will get you to cut the bulk of the line. Now, if you're not familiar with the Terror Tram, this is a super unique experience for Universal Studios Hollywood. It actually takes you on the regular daytime studio tram down to the lot, and you actually get to walk around the lot in those Hollywood sets. It's so cool. There are photo ops, there are things to see, scare actors, creatures, all kinds of cool stuff, fog. And like I said, you're walking around real Hollywood sets. And for many people, this is really the only time you might be able to get to do something like this. So the Terror Tram should for sure be on your list of things to do that night, and you don't want to skip it. Just a heads up. Fifth, less stressful planning. With Express, you don't have to spend your night glued to the app, constantly checking wait times. You can relax knowing that you'll get to see the big attractions and houses without stressing about strategy. That peace of mind can really change how you enjoy the event. Six, you'll get more time for shows and scare zones. Since you're not stuck in lines all night, you actually have time to enjoy the scare zones, grab themed food, or catch one of the shows. And the scare zones can be really fun, especially with those giant stilt walkers going all around you. They've got all kinds of crows and fun stuff from year to year depending on when you go, but this gives you a much more well-rounded Halloween Horror Nights experience instead of a night that's just house, line, house, line, house. You get it. 7, the option for Express Unlimited is often available. If you want to take it to the next level, there is an Express Unlimited option, which lets you use Express again and again in your favorite houses and rides. So with Express Regular, you only get to cut once each. However, with Unlimited, you get to go again and again. And this isn't necessary for most people, especially since trekking between upper and lower lots can be time consuming. You probably won't want to revisit the lower lot more than once in a night. But if you're someone who loves to repeat houses, this could be worth it, especially if you have a favorite franchise that's involved and you think you might want to see it more than once. 8, more rides in the mix. Express isn't just for haunted houses. You can also use it on select rides like Jurassic World, Revenge of the Mummy, Transformers, and even the 2 Harry Potter rides Forbidden Journey and Flight of the Hippogriff. This adds more variety and makes the night feel less one note. And 9, better photo ops and content opportunities. If you like taking photos, filming walkthroughs, or just documenting your night, Express gives you the freedom to do that without worrying about wasting your precious time in line. And yeah, those lines can really build up. We're talking hours and hours for some of the more popular. It does really stack up. So you'll actually have the flexibility to stop and enjoy the atmosphere. It can make a big difference. And 10, peace of mind on busy nights. Halloween Horror Nights can get absolutely slammed, especially in October weekends. With Express, you don't have to gamble on how bad the crowds will be. Get through all the highlights, and that reassurance makes the night much more enjoyable. Now, let's talk about the downsides of Express, because there are a few. First, it's not always needed during the week. If you're going on a Wednesday or a Sunday earlier in the season, the crowds can be much lighter. In those cases, Express might not be worth the extra money, since you can go through most houses with regular lines and not wait too long. Second, you might still have some waiting. Even with Express, you still may wait 20 to 30 minutes for more popular houses, and it's not always this skip the line experience people imagine, though it's still a lot faster than standby. Third, unreliable wait times can be a thing. The posted times in the app don't always reflect reality. For example, something may be listed 90 minutes, but you might wait, 50 instead. And while 50 still might be significant enough to skip the lines, it also works for the length of time that the Express Pass is used. So for example, you will see the posted wait times typically for the regular line as well as the Express line, and that is really handy. And many times we did not wait the full amount of time posted for Express. In fact, sometimes it was a complete walk-on. So just know that the wait times posted don't always reflect reality. And fourth, not all rides are open. Remember, this is a nighttime event, not a full daytime park experience. Many rides are closed, and the ones that are limited. Super Nintendo World is only available with Express from 7 to 10 p.m. and then it closes for the night. And also keep in mind that many of the Illuminations attractions like Secret Life of Pets and the Minion rides probably will not be open during your experience. In addition, these rides, because they're not in the most demand, don't always have long waits. So if you're just using Express to go on the rides, you may not need it after all. And fifth, this is probably the most obvious, it's the price. Express can cost as much as $349 per person. Now, that does include admission, but still, that could be double the cost of a regular Halloween Horror Nights ticket. It can feel like a huge investment, especially if you're going with a family or a group. And keep in mind, Express often sells out in advance. So waiting until the day of usually isn't an option, and you might feel like the clock is ticking, and here we are. So is Express Pass worth it? If you want to see all the haunted houses, have more leisure time, and don't mind the price tag, then yes, Express Pass is probably the way to go. On the other hand, if you're going earlier in the season on a less crowded weekday, you might be fine without it. Just remember that Express Passes can sell out early. So if you're leaning toward buying one, I probably wouldn't wait until last minute because it just might not be available. If this video was helpful, please hit the like button. It really does help me out. And if you want more tips for visiting Universal and other theme parks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I'm David Vaughn. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.